Hi, this is Mark from LongIslandWatch.com. I'm here to talk to you today about how to sell, flip, whatever, your used watch and how to maximize the amount of money that you get for it. Just do a couple of really simple things that will just give you an edge or a premium over perhaps other people that might be doing the same thing. Some of it might be obvious, but some of it I guess people just sometimes plain old forget. Really quick, my on-wrist check. I am wearing on one wrist my Islander Brookville with the mesmerizing abalone dial, and on the other wrist is my Casio Oak G-Shock in yellow. This thing's awesome. Grab and go quartz and nice pop of color. The first thing I want you to do when you're selling a watch is kind of the same thing you would do when you're selling a car. Clean it. Clean the watch. Get out the grime, the crud, the hair, the dead skin cells, all the nasty stuff. Rinse it in warm soapy water. Free up any sand that's in the bezel. And then when you're done with that, if it's a polished surface, invest a few bucks and get polishing compound and polish the metal so it's nice and shiny, because you'll be amazed at how many hairline scratches you can get rid of with just a little bit of polishing compound. If it's an acrylic crystal, hit it with some Polywatch. Again, another couple of bucks, but you'll get the scratches out of the acrylic. If it's a brushed surface, I actually have a video on this one, you can use a Scotch-Brite pad to try to get the grain lines of the material back, or the satin or brushing lines back, to make it appear much newer. And people will pay for something that looks better than your old cruddy watch that's been collecting sunscreen and everything else for a while. So once you have a beautiful watch, number two, and this should really, again, be obvious, because we all have phones in our pocket, take good pictures. Don't use a potato. I see pictures online and I'm like, what were they doing? Take a good picture. Don't have $1,000 studio lights. I don't have $1,000 studio lights either, but I know professional photographers spend tens of thousands of dollars on lights. We all have the sun. The sun will come out every day, and an overcast day is generally your best day for this, but you take it outside, put it on a white piece of paper, snap a couple of pictures, snap some good pictures. Use a free photo editor. I use Snapseed. It's amazing. You can adjust the white balance, the tone, the contrast. It's got all these magic wands that just make the picture pop and seem a lot better, and more true to size or true to life. And speaking of true to size, throw it on your wrist. Tell the people, hey, I have a 6 3/4 inch wrist. Here's how the watch looks on my wrist. That'll help you obviously eliminate returns and things like that. If you're selling a 32 millimeter watch, you want people to know, because not everyone shopping for a watch knows what the hell 32 millimeter means, so they may think it's a normal size watch and they get it and they're like, what did I just get? So give it scale. People say put a banana in the picture for scale. Put it on your wrist and let them know, hey, this is it on my wrist. So clean it up, give it good pictures. Now this, I'm a little iffy on, but it's what I do as a seller of new watches. Write what we call engaging copy or decent copy. Just don't say, here's my Seiko SKX 007 for sale, and that's it. This is a dive watch, and that's it. Write a little more. Hey, this watch accompanied me on multiple dive trips to Aruba, or romanticize it a bit. You don't have to lie, but extrapolate. Use a couple of words. Make the customer fall in love with the item before they really study it. Make them feel like, almost like you're selling a house. You want them to envision themselves in the house. Make them feel like they're going to be happy when they make this purchase and buy your watch, and they're going to have similar great times with it. Hey, here's the watch I wore to my brother's wedding back in whatever, and it went great with my suit, and blah 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 blah. Stuff like that. People eat that stuff up, and it's kind of one of the reasons that we really spend a lot of time and effort on writing good copy on our website. Some maintenance stuff, and again, you may not be up for this, but I feel like spending a few bucks now will get you a happier customer, repeat business later. Number one, if it's a battery-operated watch and you have no idea the last time the battery was replaced, just have the battery replaced at a local watch repair guy. You're going to spend $5-10 20 bucks maybe, and have the battery replaced. Similarly, kind of, if it's an automatic and it's running crazy, but it doesn't need servicing, have it regulated for 30, 40 bucks to get it more accurate. Again, depending on the price of the watch, that may or may not be in the wheelhouse, but And while you're at it, change the seals. Have it water resistance checked. So you can put in the copy, hey, this watch is resistant to water resistant to 100 meters, and I just had it checked, so I know it is. Again, things like this are just, make the customer feel more at ease. Lastly, again, probably fairly obvious, but any accessories you might have, put them in the pictures and write that you have them. You have the box, you have the original manual, which, by the way, nowadays, manuals are becoming all online and digital. Like Seiko stopped giving away manuals. At this point, it's probably about almost 2 years ago. It's just a little hyperlink. But original box, manuals, paperwork. Hey, even if you have the original sales receipt, people love stuff like this. Include it, put it in the pictures. It's a strap you might have bought a year ago for the watch, even if it's just a generic strap. You're not going to use it again, just include it. Again, it adds value and people will enjoy it. And a lot of this stuff, like I said, it kind of should be obvious, but maybe you forget to do one or two things. And I feel like these are the things that when I look at a listing online, I don't buy used watches all that often. Again, I know a ton about selling watches, but I'm just amazed sometimes at the crud-covered watches with horrendous photos where there's no copy written. And I don't even know if last time the watch was serviced. So I feel like these are things that your customer might be looking for. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. Mark from LongIslandWatch.com, talking to you about selling your used watches. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Questions, comments, your input into what you think is necessary when you're selling a used watch, put it down below. I'd love to read it. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.